If you are an entrepreneur or a student searching the web for the potential impact of the metaverse, RPA, or generative AI on business, you will find numerous news articles, blog posts, and reports explaining the benefits of deploying such technology for a company, its consequences for the organization, and how it should be implemented. Thus, for example, just a few months after ChatGPT was introduced to the general public, numerous news articles and consulting firm reports explained why and how to deploy this emerging technology within companies. Little by little, what the authors Swanson and Ramiller have called an organizing vision around the emerging technology is being constructed. The organizing vision is a focal idea within the community of information system designers and managers regarding the purpose of the technology, how to implement the technology effectively, or the organizational changes it brings about. It is, in a way, an authoritative idea or a kind of single-minded thinking that develops around the technology. This organizing vision will lead to the interpretation of the technology and its use. Technologies can, in fact, have multiple uses. The organizing vision is useful in information systems management because, in a context of constant development of new technologies, managers need reference points and ideas to interpret the technology and its use. The organizing vision can guide them in defining how this technology will be used and how to implement it within the organization. Mobilizing this organizing vision can also allow them to legitimize an investment decision to executives or shareholders. The organizing vision can also be used to construct a narrative that brings company stakeholders on board with the implementation and use of this technology. This theory of the organizing vision is inspired by so-called neo-institutional theories, and in particular by the work of DiMaggio and Powell. According to these authors, companies or organizations adopt products, services, techniques, technologies, or policies that have become institutionalized. That is to say, in the environment or ecosystem in which they operate, they believe that to be a good company, one must have implemented certain methods or possess certain skills, for example. The organizing vision around technology contributes to this institutionalization of the company. Within the company's environment, the idea will gradually develop that in order to be a good company, it must deploy a certain technology in a certain way. And this is important because if the company is not seen by its environment as a good company, even if it is very efficient, it may be much more difficult for it to find clients, funding, or people to recruit. Thus, this theory of the organizing vision demonstrates that it is not always for reasons of efficiency that a company deploys a technology, but that it can also be to legitimize the fact that it is a good company in the eyes of its environment.